Hey, I'm Allison with Be The Change, and today I'm going to take you through a relaxing yoga practice. This would be great to do right before bed or anytime throughout the day you feel you need to slow down a little bit. You may want to grab a couple blocks if you have those handy, but they're not required, and maybe a couple blankets. And we will be ending in legs up the wall pose, so if you want to practice near a wall or maybe use a chair or even your bed, you're welcome to do so. So I'd like you to start in a comfortable seated position. So whatever that looks like for you. Maybe it's cross-legged, maybe you want to sit on your heels, maybe you even need to extend your legs out. The most important thing is that you can sit up nice and tall and your spine is long. So close your eyes and just take a moment here to scan through your body and to start to relax your breath. And just watch the breath moving in and out, slow and steady in and out through your nose. So maybe you've had a really busy day today and you want to have the intention to slow down. So I would like you right now to create an intention for your practice. And as you inhale, think to yourself the words I am. And as you exhale, think the word relaxed or calm or peaceful, whatever it is that you're wanting to create in your practice. And just start to link your breath and these words together. And so we take this time to slow down, to let go of our day and become more present in our bodies. So our practice today is going to have more forward folds, which are very calming for the body. And we're also going to do a couple different breathing techniques that are aimed towards calming the nervous system and calming the mind. So we're going to begin with that first breathing exercise, which is going to be an inhale and exhale just through the left nostril. So you can keep your eyes closed. And you're going to take your right thumb up against your right nostrils. The other fingertips can point up or you can curl the fingertips in. And you're just going to start to breathe in and out just through the left nostril. And if you're a little congested today, if this is a struggle for you, you can always release the hand and just visualize or just imagine that you're only breathing in and out through the left nostril. And we're going to take about 10 breaths here. And maybe you can make each one a little bit longer than the one before. And so this particular pranayama exercise has the intention of calming, slowing everything down. In yogic philosophy, the left side represents the moon side, or the calming side of our energy. And maybe you keep repeating your mantra to yourself over and over again. I am relaxed. I am calm. And anytime a stray thought pops up in your mind, you acknowledge that it's there, but then you let it go. Continuously coming back to your intention. Okay. Now after this next exhale, you can release your hand down. You can gently open the eyes. And if you're in a cross-legged position, feel free to change the crossing of your legs. Palms down on the knees. We're going to drop the chin down towards the heart and very slowly start to roll the head left and right. We tend to carry a lot of stress, a lot of tension in the neck and the shoulders. So we're letting that go now. And just gently side to side. Still maintaining that slow, calm, steady breath throughout your entire practice. Now the next time you roll your head over to the right, let's hold there for a couple breaths. And you can gently tilt your chin up or down. Maybe take your left fingertips to the floor and tiptoe them away from you. You could even hover the hand off the floor, wrap the arm behind your back. So just remember that this is your practice, and this is your opportunity to see how your body feels and what it is that you need. And if you find a spot that needs your attention, you just pause there and visualize sending your breath into that part of your body. Good. On an exhalation, we'll release the hand back down, roll the chin to the chest. And then you'll take the head over to the left, and you're going to do the same thing. Gently tilt the chin up or down. Maybe take the fingertips, opposite fingertips, tiptoe them away. You can hover the hand off the floor or wrap it behind your back. And just notice the difference between left and right. And anytime you think that your mind is strayed, you've gone somewhere else, come back to your intention. I am relaxed. I am peaceful. On an exhalation, roll the chin back down. We're going to lift the head on up, and a couple times just roll the shoulders up, back and down. Inhale as you shrug them up. Exhale as you squeeze them back and down. Just think about breaking up any tension that you're holding on in your upper back, especially behind the heart. And then after that third or fourth round, we're going to transition onto our hands and knees in the tabletop. If your knees are sensitive, you can put a blanket underneath them or maybe have an extra mat. And you're going to come onto your hands and knees. So you want to make sure that your wrists are directly underneath your shoulders and your knees are underneath your hips. Now we're going to do a couple slow cat-cows. As you inhale, very gently lift your heart, lift your tailbone. And as you exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin. And moving with the rhythm of your breath. So your inhale lifts your heart. And your exhale curls you in. Now we're going to make that movement just a little bit bigger. So as you inhale, you're going to lift your heart, lift your tailbone. And as you exhale, you're going to round and press back into child's pose. Bring your sit bones back to your heels and your forehead down to the floor. If it doesn't quite reach, that's okay. And then your inhale, once again, will pull you forward, lifting your heart, lifting your tailbone. And your exhale will round you back into your child's pose, taking your time. And do this a few times in and out. Moving as slow as you can. Remember, our intention is to slow everything down. And then after this next time, once you make your way into child's pose, I want you to hold it there for a couple breaths. So if your forehead doesn't touch the floor, you're welcome to grab a block or an extra blanket to bring your forehead down. Or maybe you'd like to wedge a blanket in between your sit bones and heels if that would feel more comfortable. And I want you to take about 5 slow, deep breaths here in this child's pose. Arms can either be extended out in front of you, or maybe bring them down by your side. If it feels good, gently rock your forehead on the floor or on a block. This has a very calming experience here. On an inhalation, we're going to slowly transition back onto our hands and knees. And if you have blocks, go ahead and grab the blocks. If not, hands can be on the floor, or maybe you can grab a book, and that'll bring the floor a little bit closer to you. And we're going to step the right foot forward. So you want to make sure that your knee is directly over your ankle. We don't want it to go past, just to protect the joints. And again, moving slow, just like you did in and out of that child's pose. Inhale as you gently lift the heart. And exhale as you slowly rock your weight back as far as it's comfortable for you. So don't feel like you have to go very far. And again, your inhale will gently lift you up. And your exhale will gently take you back. And do this a few times in and out with your breath, creating some openness in the hips, which is really good, especially if you've been sitting at a desk all day. And the next time you start to straighten the leg as far as is comfortable for you, maybe you even need to bring the blocks a little bit closer in. We're going to hold this position for a few breaths, so a half splits. And maybe as you inhale, you think about lengthening through your spine. And as you exhale, maybe sink down a little bit deeper. You can even let the head rock a little side to side. Soften through your shoulders. And think about taking your breath all the way into the back of the leg. On an inhalation, we'll gently come forward. And you can bring your right knee back to meet the left. And gently rock into the hips a little side to side. Shake it out. If you want, you could even come back into a child's pose and pause there for a couple breaths. So it's really up to you, whatever feels best in your body. And then in your own time, you'll step the left foot up in between the hands of the blocks. Wiggle the foot up enough, once again, making sure that the knee is right over the ankle and not past it. And as you inhale, gently sink into the hip, lifting the heart. As you exhale, gently rocking your weight back, however far it feels best in your body. Moving in and out, your inhale pulling you forward. And your exhale taking you back. And the next time you rock your weight back, again, you can walk the blocks a little bit closer in towards you. The foot can be up or down on the floor. Allow the head, the shoulders to relax. And as you inhale, maybe lengthen a little bit more. And as you exhale, soften a little bit more. On an inhalation, shift your weight forward. Bring the blocks forward with you if you're using them. And bring your left knee back to meet the right. Once again, rock it out, shake it out a little bit. And we'll move the blocks off to the side. We're going to come back to sit on our sit bones. So once you've made your way back onto your sit bones, I'm going to have you bring the soles of your feet together in a butterfly pose, Baddha Konasana. You're going to rest your hands on your shins. And as you inhale, very gently lift your heart, maybe gaze up. And as you exhale, bring your knees in and round your spine, tucking your chin. Again, inhale, let the knees open, pull your heart forward. So it's like cat-cow movement again. And as you exhale, pull the knees in. And the next time the knees open into your butterfly pose, we're going to pause here. Now, if this is pretty intense for your inner thighs, you can always slide the feet a little bit further away from you. That'll make it a little softer. Or you could take your blocks or blankets and put it underneath your knees. So there's always ways to modify your practice. Now, on an inhalation, lift up, lengthen. And as you exhale, start to come forward, maybe about 25%. As you inhale, lift up, lengthen again. Maybe gently look up, as long as you keep the neck long. And then exhale, sink it down a little bit further, maybe about 50%. And as you inhale one more time, lift on up, lengthen. And as you exhale, coming forward, finding your edge. So never to a place of pain, just finding a sensation that you can still breathe into. And you can tuck your chin. Again, rock the head a little side to side. It might even feel good to rock into your sit bones a little bit. Sway your body a little side to side. Slow, deep breath in and out through the nose. Coming back to your intention. I am relaxed. I am calm. Good. On an inhalation, we're going to come on up. And you're going to take your right leg, open it out, and bring the left foot to the inside of the thigh. Now very gently, you're going to turn towards that extended leg and you're gonna frame the leg with your fingertips. Now we're gonna add another pranayama practice here. Pranayama is our breathing exercises, another cooling one, and so this is chitali, or cooling breath. So chitali is inhale through a rolled tongue, kind of like you're sipping in through a straw, and then exhale through the nose. Now, if you can't roll your tongue, you can stick your tongue in between your teeth, and then exhale through the nose. So inhale either through that curled tongue or in between the teeth, and then exhale through the nose and gently start to come forward. Inhale, slide the fingertips in towards you through that curled tongue, and exhale through the nose, maybe sink down a little bit deeper. Inhale, cooling breath. Exhale through the nose. One more time, inhale, cooling breath. And exhale through the nose, fold. And so you're going to rest your hands wherever they're comfortable, on the floor, on your shin, on your foot. You can even let the back round a little bit, tuck your chin, and take a few slow breaths here. So chitali is not only about cooling the physical body if you're feeling overheated, but also if your mind is overheated. And a lot of times we get ready for bed and our mind is racing, racing, racing. And so this is a great way to cool down the chatter of your mind. Good. On an inhalation, we'll gently come on up. And you'll take the fingertips behind you, press into the fingertips, lift your heart, maybe gently gaze up. And exhale, release. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you can use your hands to pull that leg in so the leg doesn't have to do the work. And then use your hand to open the other leg out and bring the foot to the inside of the thigh. So we'll go back to that cooling breath. You're going to gently turn your body towards that extended leg. Have your hands frame the leg. Inhale, cooling breath. Exhale through the nose, fold. Inhale, cooling breath, lift. Exhale through the nose, fold. One more time. Inhale, cooling breath. And exhale through the nose, fold. And you find a spot that feels good. Hands on the leg, on the floor, your foot. Don't feel like you have to grab hold of your foot. Anywhere is fine. Just allow yourself to soften here. Shoulders down, away from the ears. And maybe each exhalation, you feel yourself soften a little bit more. On an inhalation, we'll gently come back on up. Take the hands behind you. Press the fingertips into the floor. Squeeze your shoulder blades back together. And exhale as you release. We'll make our way gently onto our backs. You'll turn towards the top of your mat. And the easiest way to get down is you can bring your forearms down to the floor. Lower yourself on down. And once you're down, hug your knees into your chest. And gently rock side to side, massaging your low back. And you can place your hands on your knees and gently circle the knees in one direction. This feels really good in the muscles of the low back. And you can circle a couple times in the other direction. Or if you'd like, you can even circle the knees away from each other and pull them back in. A couple times one way, a couple times the other. That feels really good in the hips. And then you'll drop your feet to the floor and you're going to take your feet to the width of your mat. So feet are out wide, knees are pointing up to the ceiling. And you'll open your arms out into a T position. Now we'll inhale here at center. And as you exhale, slowly drop the knees over to the right. So you can turn your head to the right as well, or maybe you look in the opposite direction if that's okay on your neck. And as you inhale, slowly come back. And as you exhale, take it over the other way. Inhale as you come to center. Exhale over to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. And the next time you take the knees to the right, we're going to hold it there. So your left arm can stay where it is, or if it feels okay, you could take the left arm overhead, just depending on what's happening in your shoulders right now. You can keep the legs as they are, or if you want to go a little bit deeper, you can pick up your right ankle and rest it on top of the left leg. Your gaze can be up, or maybe over your left shoulder. Close your eyes and focus on your slow, steady breath in and out through the nose. We're going to gently release, come back to center, so the knees are pointing up towards the ceiling. And pausing here at center, keep your feet wide and let the knees drop in together. Take about 3 breaths here, just neutralizing the spine before we twist the other way. And on an inhalation, pull the knees apart. And as you exhale, let the knees fall over to the left. And again, you can explore, maybe take the right arm overhead. You can look up or over to the right. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can pick up your left ankle and rest it on top of your right leg. That'll be a little bit deeper into the hip. Just focus on where you're feeling this in your body and take your breath into that area. And we'll gently uncross the ankle if you crossed it. You'll bring the knees back up through center. Now I'd like you to bring your feet together and let the knees open into a butterfly pose. Again, you can take blocks underneath or blankets underneath, or if this is uncomfortable on your inner thighs, you can do that same thing we just did with the feet wide and the knees together. So please find the most comfortable position for you. Rest one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. Now we're going to do one more cooling, calming breath where we're going to extend the exhalation. So I'd like you to inhale for a count of 4 and exhale for a count of 6. So I'll guide you through a few rounds. Before you begin, take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth with a sigh. Inhale through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pushing everything out of your body. Inhale slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And continue a few more cycles on your own, making that exhalation as long as you can, but doing your best to make the breath smooth. If there's any choppiness in your breath, just make it more relaxed. Can you imagine your body is just melting into your mat? Any tension, any stress, physical or mental, that you're holding on to is releasing now with each exhalation. You're letting it go. Feeling lighter. on your next exhalation, you can take your hands down towards your legs, and you can use your hands to gently pull the knees back in towards each other if you were in that butterfly pose. You can gently roll to your right side in the fetal position. Using your top hand to press yourself on up, let your head be heavy. The head will be the last thing to lift. And we're going to make our way into legs up the wall pose. And if you prefer to put your legs up a chair, or if in your bedroom you want to put the legs up your bed, any way is fine. So now we're going to move into legs up the wall pose. So the easiest way to get into legs up the wall is just turn sideways. So you have one hip up against the wall, and you want to press your hip up against it. If you want to have a blanket handy to put underneath your head, you can do that. And then you'll drop down onto your forearms, hips still touching the wall. You're going to send the legs up. You want your sit bones touching the wall. And your arms can be down by your side. Or again, you can rest one hand on the belly and one hand on the heart. You can keep the legs extended like this. So this is a really great pose if you've been on your feet all day long. So help to reduce any swelling that may have occurred throughout the day. If you find this is a little too much for you, you can come back to a butterfly variation. That might feel good. Maybe you want to extend the legs out wide. So you can take any variation here. When you feel like you're in the most comfortable position for your body, once again, close your eyes and go back to that extended exhalation where we inhale for 4 and exhale for 6. Or if you feel comfortable, maybe even make that a little bit longer, inhaling for 5 and exhaling for 7. And just feel your body soften in to the mat. Slow, calm, steady breath in and out through the nose. Maybe repeating your mantra again. I am peaceful. I am relaxed. And I encourage you to take about the next 3 minutes or so to relax in this position. And if you find that this is uncomfortable in your body today, you can lay flat on your back, maybe roll a blanket underneath your knees, and take Shavasana in that position. And just watch your breath, letting everything else go for these last few minutes of your practice.